Okay, so what the hell is a dopamine fast? All right, let's break it down. So, pretty much, we have this thing in America called ADD, right? Attention deficit disorder. And recently, we've upgraded it to ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, right? And pretty much the reason for these things, and I get it, you want to slow them down and bring them down to your level, but the reason for these things, the reason for the ADHD is because kids are overstimulated by all these things that cause so many dopamine hits that they're just all over the fucking place. And the same thing with a lot of us adults. Like, we are so overstimulated with so much crap. Food isn't food anymore. Food is a science experiment. It's high fructose corn syrup. It's modified food starch. It's maltodextrin, all this stuff, right? And what happens is food and sugar has the same effects on the body as like cocaine or heroin or any of these drugs. It has the same effects on the brain. And what happens is the brain has this thing called dopamine. And dopamine is basically the feel good center of the brain. And once you get it for a long period of time, like, the body looks for it because that's pleasure. And the human body is designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So let's go into what is a dopamine fast? So a dopamine fast is when you basically dopamine fast is basically when you desensitize yourself to the need for so much stimulation and dopamine. How do you do that? You get everything that's overstimulating and instant gratification out. So that includes like social media, just delete it off your phone. Uh, Anything social media, any games, any video streaming apps, Netflix, all that stuff gone. Anything instant gratification gone. Any bit of food that has like a bunch of sugar in it, anything that isn't like two ingredients or one, gone. Anything that would trigger instant gratification is gone. Gone. And there's variations you can do. Like, for me, because I use Facebook for my outreach and to communicate with people going through the certification program, what I do is I leverage my brain's chemistry right into different blocks. So I do all my hard stuff in the day, and it gets easier and easier. And at the end of the day, I'll do these videos, and I'll also I'll do something called I'll go on Facebook, and I'll interact with everybody in the group. I'll watch everybody's videos. I'll post mine. I'll comment. I'll like. I'll respond to people who responded to my personal page when I did my outreach, when I did my posts. I'll go through LinkedIn. I'll reply to everybody. All that good stuff, right? Like, I'll heart everybody's comments on my stuff, and I'll say hi, and I'll say, wow, that was really smart. That was insightful. I'll do stuff like that at the end of the day, and that gives me dopamine, and that gets me like that thing. So it's like, oh, I'm excited for the end of the day because I get that thing. That's a way that I'm using dopamine. But the dopamine fast is when you go 24 to 48 hours with nothing. It can be longer, but it's just nothing. Like, the only, like, everything is like stoic, right? So if you know what stoicism and epicureanism is, like, instant pleasure, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification, dopamine fast. Dopamine, gratification. Dopamine, feel good. Dopamine, sugar, feel good. And once you starve that out, there you have a dopamine fast. Why do you want to do it? Because have you ever just laid down and you're just not motivated to do something? Like, you were just scrolling on Facebook, and you realize you have something to do, work, but it's not like crucial. You're not going to get fired if you don't do it. And you just, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. That happens because you're so overstimulated with dopamine, right? When you just can't enjoy the moment, when you have to be distracted by so much shit, it happens because your dopamine receptors are fucked up. And when you do the fast, you bring everything down. So now, almost anything you do, you can find pleasure in it. Just sitting outside in the patio, and before you would need your phone or something, or eat something, like, you can just sit there, and you're like a 5-year-old of how much you enjoy it, because that's why kids are always happy, because their dopamine isn't all messed up. And then they start doing all this crap with, like, phones and social media and games, and that's when they get messed up. That's when they get, like, hyperactive. That's when they get just out of control. They're like drug addicts, basically. And that's why you should do it, right? And let's talk about, how do you do a dopamine fast. To do a dopamine fast, you have to really look at your schedule, look at what stimulates you, and take it out. The only thing you're doing in that day is first you get like a goal that you have any kind, and you just do stuff revolving around that. So like read books, exercise, journal, meditate, go for walks, stretch, do rhythmic breathing, have conversations with your dog, like anything, play with the family, just nothing stimulating, no dopamine. And yeah, if you would like to create amazing results in your life and get really cool habits and then make shit happen and get off the couch, I recommend you try it for a day. um there's a couple things you could do. Like if you watch some of the earlier videos, you'll see the things I did after my dopamine fast. So like the thing with the habits and aligning all the 6 human needs, the 4 needs of the ego, the 2 needs of the spirit. If you Once you align those things too, during your fast, you can actually recreate how your day goes and make it automatic. So it's not so hard, it's not so painful, it's not so difficult, and it's aligned with like what you're trying to do. And yeah, if you like the video, just leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and dude, yes, you. I am posting every single day by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. If you're in any other zip code, any other part of the world, just Google it. I'm in Eastern Time. But 9 o'clock, you always see a video there. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, I'm gonna show you guys my King's. I think it's called a King's Tower. I'm gonna show you the King's Tower and kind of what's going on there. And by the way, one more thing. So just a quick update on my journey from zero to hero, making $10,000 a month as an inbound closer by June 31st, 2020. Right. So I think today's May 4th, 2020. But so pretty much I started outreach yesterday. I started reaching out to people and business owners and places and posting on my social media and recreating stuff and putting up banners and connecting with people and letting people know and asking for advice and doing market research and seeing what's up in the market. And I have like three or four like referrals, offers, people reaching out, of people to close for. So that's fun. I put a little bit more thought into it, and ideally I'd like to work with like a mindset program that goes for $5,000 to $25,000. And if they can get me like 3 to 5 inbound calls a day, anywhere from 10 to 20%, that's what I'm looking for. But I'll start off with like social media, because I just have experience in it and I'd like to do it. Those are some of the guys talking to me right now, like marketing agencies and people along those lines. But yeah, wins. Day 11 is on fire. What else? One more thing before I go. So today I was watching this video with Tony's top sales guy, Eli Wild, right? And this guy's a beast. The video was 1 hour and 1 minute long. I took 11 pages of notes. 11 pages of notes off an hour video. And like pretty much the most important thing is like, don't be a tugboat, be a lighthouse. Don't be needy, be so full that your cup overflows and you ordain the guy on the other side of the prospect with your overflow. And like that's what morning routines are for. Kind of what you saw me posted with the affirmations. That's my habit board right there. And I have Savers, which is something Elrod put together. And I'm looking into the Hour of Power with Tony Robbins. It's interesting the way he does it. I'm trying to take away like his breathing principles, because I know breathing is really important. Because in the morning when I go for walks, like I used to wake up, my routine would be like go to bed, I drink water, I brush my teeth, and then I just go for a walk and I listen to a podcast. The thing is, I'm waking up at 6 in the morning, the sun isn't up yet, and I'm not getting the sun, I'm not getting my circadian rhythm moving around, and it's kind of cold, so it's not working. So I had to make a shift, and I go out for a walk in my break at 12 to 1. I go for a walk, I listen to my podcast, and I make my food. I think you saw it a couple videos ago. It was like eggs, avocado, and mixed vegetables and like nuts. But yeah, I gotta make a shift on that. Like for now, what I'm doing is I'm doing stretches. I'm doing stretches in that part of the morning, or just one set of calisthenics. But yeah, I want to implement like some breathing techniques. This guy named Abraham Heisler, he's really sick with the breathing techniques. We did it when I went over to Tampa. Um, Maybe something like that. I'll keep you updated. And thanks for watching. Once again, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, every day, no breaks, 0 to 10K as an inbound closer. Let's get it.